Have you ever felt like your emotions are on a relentless roller coaster ride? One moment you're soaring to euphoric heights, filled with hope and excitement, and the next you're plunging into a sea of uncertainty, frustration, or even despair. It's as though life's emotional currents sweep us away, leaving us drained, confused, and yearning for stability. But what if I told you there's a way to step off that emotional roller coaster? What if you could find a sense of calm amidst the chaos? A steady anchor, no matter how turbulent the waves of life become. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about learning to understand them, manage them, and ultimately rise above them with resilience and clarity. Welcome to The Stoic Way, where we delve into practical tools and timeless philosophies to help you lead a balanced and intentional life. In today's video, we'll draw from the ancient yet profoundly relevant teachings of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided countless individuals through life's storms for centuries. Together, we'll uncover actionable strategies to help you master your emotions, build inner strength, and transform the way you approach challenges. If you're ready to reclaim control over your emotional landscape and find peace in the midst of life's ups and downs, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and begin this journey of transformation. One, the nature of emotional roller coasters. Before we explore solutions, let's take a closer look at the problem. Emotional roller coasters aren't just random swings of mood, they're an integral part of the human experience. We all have moments when our emotions surge, taking us to incredible highs or pulling us down to crushing lows. But why does this happen? What makes our feelings so volatile? Modern neuroscience and psychology provide some answers. Our emotions are shaped by a complex interplay of factors. Our biology, environment, and personal experiences all play a role. Think about the last time you felt paralyzed by anxiety. Maybe it was before an important job interview, a first date, or even a big presentation at work. That sinking feeling in your stomach, the rapid heartbeat, the shaky hands, it's as though your body is staging a protest against what your mind knows you need to do. I've been there too. Public speaking used to feel like stepping into a lion's den for me. I remember one particular instance, standing backstage, hearing the muffled chatter of the audience, my mind racing with every possible way I could mess up. My palms were clammy, my heart was pounding, and I felt like running away. It wasn't just nervousness, it was full-blown anxiety. I survived that speech, but the emotional toll lingered for days. These experiences aren't unique. Emotions are our brain's way of interpreting the world around us. They're survival mechanisms designed to help us respond to potential threats. A racing heart before a presentation. That's your body preparing for fight or flight, as though your audience were a pack of predators rather than a room full of people. Emotions also arise in response to external triggers. It could be something as sudden as an unexpected email from your boss, as tense as a heated argument, or as subtle as a familiar scent that reminds you of someone from your past. Even memories, events that exist only in your mind, can evoke powerful emotional responses. These triggers often seem to hijack our thoughts, leaving us feeling out of control. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to breaking free. When we start to see our emotions as signals rather than commands, we can begin to understand their purpose. For example, anxiety might be a sign that you value what you're about to do. Anger could point to a boundary being crossed. Once we identify these root causes, we can start to untangle their grip on our lives. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism comes in. The Stoics understood something profound about human emotions. While we can't always control the events that trigger them, we can control how we respond. They taught that emotions, though powerful, are not inherently bad or good. They're simply signals. It's our interpretation of these signals and the actions we take in response that truly matter. To make this practical, consider a small but relatable example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for an appointment. Frustration bubbles up. Why did this have to happen today of all days? The Stoic approach would suggest pausing to examine the situation. Is there anything you can do about the traffic? Likely not. But you can choose how you respond. You might take a deep breath, acknowledge your frustration, and use the extra time to mentally prepare for your meeting or listen to a favorite podcast. By seeing emotions as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles, we can begin to navigate life's roller coasters with a sense of calm and clarity. Let's dive deeper into the Stoic strategies that make this possible. 2. The Stoic perspective on emotions. Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece, offers profound insights into managing our emotions. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and gracefully accept what lies beyond our power. This simple yet transformative idea has guided countless individuals through life's most challenging moments. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus captured this wisdom perfectly when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle reminds us that while external events are often unpredictable and uncontrollable, our inner world, our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions, remains within our grasp. Interestingly, this ancient idea finds a modern echo in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a widely used psychological approach today. CBT is built on the understanding that our thoughts shape our emotions and behaviors. For instance, if you perceive a rainy day as a ruined plan, you might feel disappointment or frustration. But if you see it as an opportunity to enjoy a cozy day indoors, your mood shifts entirely. By changing how we interpret events, we can transform how we feel about them, a concept Stoics practiced centuries ago. But let's clarify something important. Stoicism doesn't advocate suppressing or denying emotions. It doesn't ask us to become cold, unfeeling robots. Instead, it teaches us to observe our emotions with curiosity and detachment. Imagine watching a storm through a window. The storm represents your emotions, powerful, chaotic, and sometimes overwhelming. But you're not outside, battered by the wind and rain. You're safe inside, observing it from a place of calm. Here's a story to illustrate this idea. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most famous Stoics and a Roman emperor, faced unimaginable pressures. He had to lead an empire, confront wars, and manage political intrigue. Yet in his private writings, now known as meditations, he often reminded himself to maintain equanimity. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This mindset helped him remain calm and composed, even in the face of relentless adversity. Let's bring this closer to everyday life. Imagine you've just received a scathing email from a colleague. Your first reaction might be anger or defensiveness. Your heart races. Your mind starts crafting an equally sharp reply. A Stoic approach would involve pausing and reflecting. What's within your control? You can't undo the email or change what was said, but you can control how you respond. Instead of firing back, you might draft a calm, professional response after considering the situation objectively. By stepping back and observing your emotions, you take charge of the narrative. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate a mindset of resilience and self-mastery. It's not about suppressing emotions, but understanding them as temporary, like passing clouds. This shift in perspective allows us to act with intention rather than reacting impulsively. Here's another example. Consider how athletes deal with setbacks. A missed goal, a lost match. These are emotionally charged moments. Some athletes crumble under the weight of their feelings, while others rise above. Many who excel have embraced Stoic principles consciously or unconsciously. They acknowledge their disappointment, but use it as fuel to improve, focusing on what they can control: their training, mindset, and effort. The Stoic perspective on emotions isn't about being unaffected by life's storms. It's about learning to navigate them with grace. By becoming an observer of your emotions rather than their prisoner, you gain the clarity and strength to face whatever life throws your way. Next, we'll explore actionable Stoic techniques to help you put this philosophy into practice. 3. Practical strategies for emotional regulation. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into practical strategies. Here are 3 Stoic-inspired techniques to help you navigate emotional roller coasters with calm and clarity. 1. Identify your triggers. The first step in managing your emotions is understanding them. Pay close attention to the situations, people, or thoughts that ignite strong emotional reactions. Is it a critical comment from a colleague, a memory of a past failure, or maybe it's uncertainty about the future? Journaling is a powerful tool for this. By writing down your experiences and emotions, you can start to see patterns. For example, let's say you notice that every time you receive constructive feedback at work, you feel defensive or upset. Through reflection, you might realize this stems from a fear of failure or a past experience where criticism was unfairly harsh. Recognizing this trigger allows you to approach similar situations with greater awareness and less reactivity. Consider the case of Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher. He often reflected on his day, examining moments where his emotions got the better of him. This practice, called evening retrospection, helped him identify patterns and learn from his mistakes. You can do the same by asking yourself, what triggered my emotions today? Did I handle it well, or could I have responded differently? By identifying your triggers, you empower yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 2. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being present without judgment. When we're swept up in emotional turmoil, it's often because we're reliving the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now, helping us observe our thoughts and feelings without being consumed by them. Simple techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or even a mindful walk can make a big difference. When you feel your emotions rising, pause and take a few slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. This not only calms your nervous system, but also creates a moment of space between the trigger and your reaction. Imagine a Stoic figure like Marcus Aurelius meditating early in the morning, preparing himself mentally for the challenges of the day. You can adopt a similar practice. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling frustrated, instead of letting the irritation build, try a quick mindfulness exercise. Acknowledge your frustration, take a deep breath, and focus on the present moment. Maybe you notice the rhythm of the windshield wipers or the warmth of the sun through the glass. This simple act can diffuse negative emotions and restore a sense of calm. Over time, mindfulness helps you become an observer of your emotions rather than their victim. 3. Focus on what you can control. One of Stoicism's most empowering teachings is the idea of directing your energy toward what you can control. You can't change the actions of others, the weather, or the traffic, but you can control your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. Marcus Aurelius captured this wisdom in his famous words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on what's within your control, you free yourself from the frustration of trying to change the unchangeable. Imagine you're preparing for an important job interview, but the morning doesn't go as planned. You spill coffee on your shirt, the subway is delayed, and you arrive feeling flustered. In moments like these, it's easy to spiral into frustration or self-doubt, but instead of dwelling on the mishaps, a Stoic approach would remind you to shift your focus. You can't undo the coffee stain or the subway delay, but you can control how you present yourself in the interview. Taking a moment to breathe, reset, and focus on delivering your best answers can completely change the outcome. By identifying your triggers, practicing mindfulness, and focusing on what you can control, you can turn emotional roller coasters into opportunities for growth and resilience. Remember, emotions are a natural part of life, but they don't have to define your experience. With practice, you can navigate life's ups and downs with the calm confidence of a true Stoic. Next, let's explore how to incorporate these strategies into your daily routine to build lasting emotional resilience. 4. Putting Stoic strategies into action. Let's take these strategies a step further by building your personal Stoic toolkit. Think of this as a collection of practices tailored to help you navigate life's emotional ups and downs with resilience and grace. These tools aren't just about managing emotions, they're about fostering a sense of balance, clarity, and well-being in your everyday life. Journaling. Journaling is one of the most effective ways to process emotions and gain insight into your inner world. By putting your thoughts on paper, you can step back and view them objectively. Use your journal to reflect on your day, identify triggers, and plan how to respond differently in the future. Example: at the end of each day, write down 3 questions. What events or situations triggered strong emotions today? How did I respond to them? What could I do differently next time? For instance, if you felt irritated by a colleague's comment, journaling can help you analyze why it bothered you. Was it because you felt unappreciated? Or perhaps it touched on a personal insecurity? This reflection transforms emotional reactions into opportunities for growth. Exercise and physical activity. Exercise isn't just for physical health, it's a powerful tool for emotional well-being. Physical activity helps release endorphins, the body's natural mood boosters, and reduces stress hormones like cortisol. Whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, weightlifting, or a dance class, find a form of movement that energizes you. Example: Marcus Aurelius likely understood the value of movement, as he often wrote about the connection between a healthy body and a disciplined mind. For a modern twist, consider pairing exercise with mindfulness. During a run, focus on the rhythm of your footsteps or the feeling of the breeze. This dual benefit of physical and mental clarity can reset your emotions and ground you in the present. Spending time in nature. Nature has an unparalleled ability to calm the mind and restore balance. Whether it's a hike in the woods, a stroll through a park, or simply sitting by a river, spending time in nature helps you disconnect from stress and reconnect with yourself. The Stoics often looked to nature for inspiration. They admired its cycles and resilience, how a tree bends with the wind but doesn't break. The next time you're feeling overwhelmed, step outside and observe your surroundings. Notice the colors of the leaves, the sound of birds, or the scent of the earth. This simple act can shift your perspective and remind you of life's greater rhythm. Visualization. Visualization is another powerful tool in your Stoic toolkit. The mind doesn't always distinguish between imagined and real experiences, so picturing yourself overcoming challenges can build confidence and reduce anxiety. Example: before a stressful event, close your eyes and imagine yourself handling it with ease. Picture yourself walking into that meeting or conversation with calm and poise. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations like "I am resilient" or "I can handle this." Over time, this practice rewires your brain to approach challenges with a more positive mindset. Joyful activities. Don't underestimate the importance of joy. Engaging in activities that bring you happiness and peace is essential for emotional well-being. Whether it's painting, playing an instrument, gardening, or simply enjoying a walk in the park, these moments of joy recharge your spirit. The Stoics believed in the value of leisure and creativity as a way to nourish the soul. Seneca often wrote about finding pleasure in simple, meaningful activities. For you, this could mean setting aside 30 minutes each day to do something that brings you genuine happiness. These small acts of self-care remind you that life is about more than just enduring. It's also about savoring. By incorporating these practices, journaling, exercise, time in nature, visualization, and joyful activities, you create a Stoic toolkit uniquely suited to your life. These tools help you stabilize your emotions, find balance, and build a foundation for lasting resilience. Remember, emotional well-being isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small step you take to care for your mind and body strengthens your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. Now let's explore how you can implement these practices into your daily routine for maximum impact. 5. Living a life of calm and composure. Stoicism isn't just about surviving emotional roller coasters, it's about thriving despite them. It's a philosophy that empowers you to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. By embracing these principles, you can build resilience, find inner peace, and approach life with equanimity. Thriving through Stoicism. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity and practicality. It doesn't demand perfection or radical changes in your life. Instead, it offers tools to help you navigate life's uncertainties with grace. Peace, according to the Stoics, doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from mastering ourselves. Imagine a ship captain steering through a storm. The captain knows they cannot control the wind or the waves, but they can control their response, adjusting the sails, maintaining focus, and trusting their skills. Stoicism teaches us to be like that captain. When faced with emotional turbulence, we focus on what's within our power, our thoughts, our actions, and our mindset. With consistent practice, this approach builds the inner strength needed to remain steady amidst life's uncertainties. Emotional stability is a skill. It's important to remember that emotional stability isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you cultivate over time. Each time you choose to reflect rather than react, to pause rather than panic, you're strengthening your emotional resilience. The rewards are profound: greater clarity, reduced stress, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Example: think of a martial artist training to remain calm in the face of an opponent. They practice not just physical techniques, but also mental discipline, learning to stay composed under pressure. Similarly, as you cultivate a Stoic mindset, you train yourself to see life's challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift in perspective transforms even the most difficult situations into stepping stones for personal development. Thank you for joining me on this journey into Stoic strategies for overcoming emotional roller coasters. These principles are more than just abstract ideas. They're practical tools for creating a balanced and fulfilling life. As you reflect on what we've discussed, consider taking one actionable step today. Perhaps you'll start journaling, practice mindfulness, or spend a few moments observing your emotions without judgment. Remember, progress is made one small step at a time. If you're wondering where to start, take inspiration from Marcus Aurelius, who often wrote about his daily practice of grounding himself in Stoic principles. He didn't aim for perfection, he simply aimed to be a little better each day. You can do the same by choosing one strategy from today's video and integrating it into your routine. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insights into living a balanced and fulfilling life. Share your thoughts in the comments. What resonated with you? Which strategy are you most excited to try? Remember, you have the power to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Each step you take toward cultivating a Stoic mindset brings you closer to a life of resilience, peace, and purpose. Until next time, take care and stay grounded.